Derek King is up first. If you wish to ask head coach Derek King a question, use that raise your hand feature. And Coach King, I'll go ahead and lead things off. What a pivot you had to make the other day. You were getting ready for another contest against Cleveland. It was a quick turnaround, so I'm sure the game plan, the battle plan as a coaching staff was ready to roll. That didn't happen. Now you got to switch gears, not only switch gears, but switch cars completely and get ready for Grand Rapids. How has the last few days, last few hours have been for you?
It's a little chaotic. Obviously, we were focused on playing Cleveland in that 1 o'clock game, and we thought we had a good game plan going into it. But obviously, it's like everything in the American League. Things change real quick here. So, guys, it was good though. Long time on the bus, but gave the guys a day off just to recover, and then we had a good practice today.
Was it hard as a coaching staff to switch gears? So much goes into game day prep, especially with that quick turnaround, the video sessions, the X's and O's, and then to just throw that over your shoulder and scrap it and get ready for a completely different team?
Yeah, but the good thing is our game plan is the same. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It's the same game plan. Start on time and compete. If we do that, we give ourselves an opportunity to win hockey games. So hopefully they got the message on Sunday when I talked to them, and we talked a little bit today after practice. So we'll see what we get out of them.
We'll open things up to everyone. Brandon Kane, your line is active.
Derek, first game for Colin Delia, Nick Beaudin, and I guess Wyatt Kalnick as well, coming back from the NHL. What did you make of their performances this weekend?
I thought they were, player-wise, Bodes and Wyatt, I thought were fine. They were good. You could see the difference in their games from being up top and coming down. They controlled the puck really well, and they were moving. Their pace was good. Deals, that's a different department for me. The goaltending, I think, in fairness to him, here's a guy who hasn't played the game in January, and then when you practice as a goalie, it's not game-like situation. You can throw in 5-on-5 D-zone coverage stuff, but it doesn't last long. So, I'd like to think he's going to be a lot better for us come GR. But and again, we were sloppy at the start, and we can't afford to do that. Doesn't matter who our goalie is.
This is the first time you had seen Nick this season. What have you noticed from last season to now that you've seen improvements in his game?
Who's that? Sorry, I missed that.
Beaudin.
Beaudin, yeah. I mean, he's matured, definitely matured. He looks stronger. He's gotten a little thicker. He's just got some real good confidence, which is nice to see. And, obviously he was doing a good job up there. So he's just got to come here and just keep honing his game, and he's going to get lots of ice time. So it's not going to be a conditioning thing or anything. And hopefully he can do what he did up top with us here. And I like what I saw from him.
Thanks.
Jay Taft, your line is active.
Hey, Coach, give me a little idea of what your thinking is now when it comes to goalie and how you want to play this here with these guys you've got now.
Again, I try to stay out of the selecting who goes in net and stuff. I have a say in it, but I always talk to Pete Aubry and just what his feelings are. Obviously, Deals is with us for one reason, and that's for him to get some games in. So, and he's got to get back into playing hockey games. Like I said, you can't go and practice, play 3-on-3 and have a little scrimmage, and that's not enough for a guy like him or even all the goalies. They don't get enough from the game-like situations. So he just needs to keep playing games and find his game again.
Does this make it a little trickier for guys like Tompkins and Morris, who are just kind of trying to get into a groove, trying to find a little rhythm?
Yeah, it's difficult, but it's even last year for Tomer. We have Deals down, we have Lanky down, so it's hard to find games for him to play, and then he's ended up practicing. So, and then when you put him in a game, he looked good, but he just doesn't have that game like the game situation practice. You know what I mean? So now Tomer's our guy this year. We got Kale and Auburn kind of coming up where he was, and now they send us Deals. So now Tomer's gone, taxi squad, and now Deals is the guy. So we just got to, the main thing here is getting Deals back to where he should be. And the other guys, they understand, and they're just going to have to deal with it.
Scott Lever, your line is active.
Coach, as these losses continue to mount, what's the tone that you're taking with the guys in your message? Is it one of kind of tough love? It's time to get things in gear, or is it more you're trying to build up their confidence and try to prevent that negativity from slipping in there?
Yeah, we're not going to allow negativity in here. And I've some of it was creeping in a little bit, but we nipped that right in the butt. The bigger thing is trying to find the happy medium with being firm on these guys, but yet showing them some love. I think we've done a good job as a staff. We understand where we're at, what players we have, and we're there. And my message to these guys, we're so close of, and we did it. We did it against Cleveland with our first win, but we're so close of putting a string of whether it shifts or periods together and being more consistent in our game, that there's no room to be coming at them too hard. But they do have to learn how to compete.
And it's been a long time since we scored a power play goal, according to my notes. Is there one thing that's plaguing that unit, or is it a combination of things?
No, I think it's just, and I hate saying it, but you have guys in our team that are probably going to be third, fourth line guys if they ever make it to the NHL. They're not going to be power play guys. To fairness to them, now they are good hockey players. And when you come down to the American League level, a lot of guys that probably won't play power play in their whole NHL career, if they ever get there, are playing power play here. It's not fair, but that's just the way it is. So I don't think we have, to be honest with you, legit power play guys. And they know that, but we'll just keep working with it. Again, we're not going to be throw the negative at them. We're just going to be positive with them, keep working on it, and we squeak a goal in next game.
Randy Kane, your line is active.
Derek, do you have any update on Chris and Tepley's status?
Chris is working out. He's been training now harder, feeling better. Tepley's been starting to train a lot more now and getting back into shape. So he's full practice. Looking at my schedule behind us here, we got a busy month in March and a lot of home games. So I'm thinking trying to pinpoint maybe middle of March for Tepley's return once he gets some good practices in with us, and especially his off ice too, just a little conditioning, and then I think he'll be back. Crispy, I'm not sure. I have to talk with DJ, our trainer, to find out how far along he is.
What's the communication been like between you and Jeremy and the rest of the coaching staff in Chicago with how guys are performing and the expectations?
Yeah, it's been good. It's like I talk to Jeremy once a week for sure. And obviously he's busy. We all get busy here, but we find time to talk with each other, and especially after. The big thing is when guys come down, like Reeser and these guys both, like what's the message he left them before they sent them down to us. So I make sure we communicate like that. And then we just talk a little, see how the families are doing. And it's not always hockey, but just to make sure, everybody's doing well.
Greg Boyson, your line is active.
Hey, Coach. Saturday was a bit of a strange one. You guys, with the reinforcements, probably had your best lineup, at least on paper, you've had all season. Cleveland has to play 40 minutes with 14 guys. Didn't go as one would think. But how more disappointed did that make having Sunday's game postponed, where you didn't get that chance to get right back out there and kind of get that taste out of you?
Yeah, exactly. To your point, that's because that's the great thing about this game is you get beat up on the one game, and the next day you go right back at them. So you would like to see how your team responds. I was really hoping we were going to get that game in, because I think we would have responded well. So that being said, now we got to respond well against Grand Rapids. I got to play it like that's Cleveland, and we owe them for what they did. But again, that game in Cleveland, the first game, I mean, it's 2-1, it's 3-1. It's close. Like, we're not even playing well, and we're still in the game. So, like I said, we're so close to stringing consistency in our game, with whether it's shift after shift after shift or it's period by period. And like I said, we stringed it together well for 60 minutes and we won the hockey game. So the keys there are just, a little more consistency from our team, and we'll be fine.
Thank you.
And Coach, final question for me. You got Grand Rapids tomorrow. That's a team that's an older team, veteran team. Greg mentioned last time we talked about them that it was a nitty-gritty affair compared to maybe the fast, high-paced action that we've seen maybe against Cleveland, Chicago, and the likes. What do you expect going into tomorrow? You mentioned you want to kind of carry over that anxiety, that angst into the game against Grand Rapids, but that's a team that is a tough one with so many veteran guys.
Yeah, they're a good hockey team, and besides my buddy's a coach, I like to beat him just for that, so I don't have to take his FaceTime calls. But our biggest thing is we got to worry about how we play. The compete's got to be there for 60 minutes. The thing I like about our team, we can play with pace when we're playing the right way, and that's how we're going to have to play against these veteran teams, or teams that have maybe a little more firepower than we. We just got to be relentless on pucks. Making it hard on the other teams and not spotting teams 2-3 goals in the first 10 minutes of a game. We do that, we got a good opportunity to win a hockey game.